What's going on, everybody? My name is Faded and welcome you back to another video. Today we're going to be doing some predictions for the RLCS EU Winter Open for the 2022-23 season. So not the first I've done predictions. We did some for one of the majors last season and Worlds. Got mixed results, but that's going to happen. I think it's impossible to predict what's really going to happen with these, but it's always good fun to do them. So yeah, we'll dive into it. In fact, before we do that, we'll have a quick check out of the closed qualifiers, as how these went, because it's crazy. Some big names that you may be expected to make it didn't make it. You know, such as Monaco Esports, I thought they would do it, but they got reverse swept, which really is a killer. And yeah, also Fifix Stop. Quite a weird name, admittedly, but I thought they could potentially make it too. But then again, the competition was very stiff. Of course, Sun making it, which is a surprising, though. Mike Boy and Toxic, that's a solid team. And also, Vertical Esports, I think, was a huge surprise. You know, Charlie B, Foxy, and Temper, that's a team that, you know, I never thought would make it, but they played incredibly well. To be fair to them, of course, they couldn't do they didn't do too great against some of the bigger teams like Williams Resolve or Sonics, but yeah, managed to hold their own against Vindico, SK, and, you know, Monaco Esports, the biggest one. It's incredible that they managed to beat them. So very well done to Vertical Esports. You know, probably the biggest surprise in recent history for EU, I would say, to make it to the main event, but that's insane. Anyways, one other thing to mention is that we have some recent tournament results. The G1 Invitational just happened a couple days ago. Oxygen, who just brought in Rise, managing to win that, showing that that's paying off. But also, importantly, showing that Moist can still keep up. He's third respectable, proving that they can still do pretty well, even without Rise. Of course, just his inexperience, I think he could grow into a big player. So anyways, let's dive in, shall we? So we'll start with Group A. We have Carmine Corp, Vitality, Sonics, and SUR. So yeah, a lot can happen in this group. Now, as a reminder, it's a round robin group stage. You know, first the group gets a bye to the quarterfinals in the playoffs. So they get a guaranteed top 8. Second and third start in the first rounds, the round of 12, and then last of each group gets eliminated. So let's start with Carmine Corp and SUR. So yeah, Carmine Corp, I think, should have this one in the bag. I think I'll give them the win. And I'll give SUR a game note. I think they're capable of getting a game, but I think Carmine Corp, that's kind of a no-brainer. Vitality and Sonics, this one really could go either way, actually. Some of you might be surprised to hear that, but I think Vitality is a sort of experience the team will pay off. I'll go for another 3-1 for that. But again, Sonics could do some damage. For round 2, Carmine Corp and Sonics, I'll go for another 3-1. Yeah, I think Carmine Corp should have that one. Vitality and SUR, I think I might go for a 5-game, but I think Vitality should have that in that one. And then round 3, Carmine Corp, Vitality. I think we'll go. You know, I want to see. I really want to put it to game 5, but I'll go for another 3-1. And Sonic's again tough. But I think we'll go for a sweep of the last one. I think SUR maybe won't have it in them by that point. We'll give Sonics a sweep on that one. But again, I feel like SUR could take a couple of games off of them. But Sonics are looking for quite good. So yeah, I have Carmine Corp top in that group, Vitality second, Sonics third, and then SUR for fourth. Group B now. This is going to be an interesting group. We have Moist, Gamers First, Solary, and Williams Resolve. So we'll start with Moist and Williams Resolve. And Williams have actually looks okay recently, but I think Moist are going to have the number. I think I'll go for a 3-0 actually. To start that one. Gamers First and Solary. That one could be very interesting, to be honest, because Solary, despite being a team of, like, you could say, you know, seasoned veterans, you know, at the same time they could do some good stuff. But I think Gamers First will have that one, but I'm gonna give it a 3-2 to them. I think Solary won't make it easy. Won't make it too easy for them. My Solary, I'm gonna say another Three. I'll give it 3-1 actually. I'll give Kate up and them a game win, but I think Royce should have that one. Give us first to Williams Resolve. That one is tough, to be fair. Of course, if we take a look at how Williams Resolve did, they did struggle quite a bit in their bracket actually. So I'm not really sure what to think of that, to be honest. But I think I'll give it to Kiros first. And I think I'll make it a 3-1 for that one. But again, I think Williams Resolve could also win that. The third game, Moist to G1, this is to decide first the group. I think Moist should have it, but I'll give G1 a game. And then Sully Williams Resolve. I think Williams Resolve will actually have that in 5 games. And they'll be able to make it through to knockout Solary. So that's what I've got. I've got Moist first, G1 second, Williams Resolve third, and Solary fourth for Group B. Now Group C, we've got Liquid, Quadrant, Tundra, and Vertigo. So let's see, Liquid, Vertigo. I'm going to give that 3-0. I don't expect Vertigo to do much because, to be fair, for I think all 3 of them, it's their first main event. Well, I think Temper played main events back in Season X, but those were like, 32 teams, so difficult to count that. But at least in the current form of main events, this is all 3 of them, their first one. So I'm not expecting to do a whole lot, but it's just important for them to get experience. I think that's the main goal for them going into this. Quadrant and Tundra. I'm actually going to give it to Tundra in 4. I'm not too convinced by Tundra, well, not Tundra, sorry, Quadrant as of late. Tundra did really well in the close qualifier, despite having some close games. But yeah, Quadrant, even though they're straight into the main event, I've not been too convinced of them as of late, especially the G1 Invitational. Yeah, you see Tundra managed to beat them there. I think Tundra will have them again in this one. Then we go to Liquid Tundra. I think that'll be a 5-game series. I'm gonna pause recording here. I was getting a call. 1 second. Alright, we're back. So yeah, there's a little phone call there. But yeah, we're back now. So where were we? We were on Team Liquid and Tundra. Again, it's a tough one because I think either team can win it, but I'm gonna put Liquid winning it, but it's gonna be 5. I think it's gonna be 5 for that one. I think Liquid will go for that. Then Liquid Quadrant. Sorry, we're skipping over a game, Jesus. Quadrant Vertigo, sorry. I think Quadrant should win this comfortably. Fortunately, gonna have to give it a 3-0. Yeah, maybe Vertigo could take a game in one of these series, but it's gonna be very tough for them. But if they actually take a game or 2, I think that would be an achievement for them. Because they've got such a difficult group. But that's to be expected when I think they're the lowest seeded team out of everyone. So yeah, tough stuff for Vertigo. So anyway, Liquid Quadrant, I think Liquid wins that. Again, I might actually just go for a 3-1 for that. I was thinking, maybe I could say I go into 5, definitely, but that's what I think will happen. And Tundra, I'm afraid it's going to be a sweep again, so I think Vertigo will go out without a win, but if they do get to wins, that is fair enough to them. So yeah, that's what I've got for Group C. Liquid, Tundra, Quadrant, and Vertigo. Right, Group D. So we've got Oxygen, EG, BDS, and Guild. That is a stacked group. Group B and Group D, both really stacked groups. Group A as well, to be fair. All of them are quite stacked. But I think Group C is probably like, for Vertigo Esports, that's a group of death. But I think any group they get will feel like that. Okay, so Oxygen, Guild. Guild have looked okay recently. They didn't play the G1 Invitational, but I saw them play a tournament. I think it was a Bubble Trouble one, if I'm not mistaken. It looked alright there, so... But they've got to play Oxygen, mind you, and I think it's going to be a 3-0. Not sure if they've got what it takes, to be honest. But of course, they've got Gom now, and Gom's a very, very strong up-and-coming player, so we'll see. But I don't think they'll have enough to beat Oxygen. And EGBDS, man, that one's tough to say. Because BDS have not been looking good at all this season. Obviously still good enough to get us all straight into a main event, but just not quite the team they were. Not the World Championship BDS. I think they will win this, but EG will make it up and go for them. I'll say 3-2 for that. Right. Oxygen BDS, I think, will be a 3-1. I think BDS will be able to take a game, but I think Oxygen should have that one. And EG Guild, I think, it's so tough to say, to be honest, but I think EG are a stronger team, but I think Guild will actually take them the distance in that. It will be a tough one though, but I think Guild could do it. With that. And then we have Oxygen EG. I think Oxygen again, but I think they're going to be pushed to... And we pushed to 5 by EG. Just a wacky result. I think EG are going to go to 5 in all of them, and they're going to unfortunately lose 2 of them. But I think they're going to go through anyway, because I think for BDS, they'll be beating Guild 3-1. That's the thing what will happen. So, that's the group stage over and done with. Let's take a quick look now at the bracket. So yeah, we've got best of 5 for the first round, and then best of 7 there on out. So, we'll start with G1 versus EG. I think EG won that in 5. I think they'll go through to the top 8. Next, Tundra Sonics. That one is quite tough, to be fair. It is tough because Sonics have looked quite good, but so have Tundra. I mean, Tundra didn't do too well in the G1 Invitational. Yeah, it's really tough to say. I think Sonics will win in 5. Vitality Quadrant. Again, it's so tough, but I want to go with Quadrant. I think they'll win 3-1, but I think Vitality could also win that. But I don't know. I do want Quadrant to win that, so that's what I'll go with. And BDS Women's Resolve, I think BDS won that 3-1, and they'll go to the top 8. And oh boy, what a top 8 this is. So we're going to the best of 7s. Carmine Corp EG, I think, will be 4-1. It's Carmine Corp. Oxygen Sonics, I think, will be a 4-2. Now I'm zooming past these. I think Sonics could actually push that to 7, to be fair. Though Oxygen, I feel like they're looking so strong at the minute. With Rise, like with Oli, they look really good. With Rise, they look even better. It's insane. Then we'll go with Moist. I think will win against Quadrant, but I think Quadrant will take it to 7. They'll surprise us and take it to 7, but I think Moist will have the win. And Liquid BDS. I think Liquid, it's a boring pick, but I think Liquid will win 4-2 for that. Also, that's technically wrong. That should say 5th to 8th. There we go. Right, semis. Carmine Corp Oxygen. What a series that's going to be if that ends up really happening. I think Oxygen win in 6 for that. I think Oxygen make the finals is kind of a given. Then again, Carmine Corp could win that, but I think Oxygen have what it takes. And then Moist Liquid. I think Liquid are going to win 4-2. We'll see. Oxygen, Liquid in the finals. And then I think Oxygen will win. I think, honestly, Oxygen winning is just a realistic option. But I think it will be a Game 7 thriller. I want to see a Game 7 out of that. That's what I have. I have Oxygen winning the Winter Open. Then we've got Liquid in 2nd, Moist and Carmine Corp top 4. Then the top 8 is BDS Quadrant, EG Sonics. Then 9th to 12th, Tundra, Vitality, G1, Williams Resolve. And then finishing in 30th to 16th, you have Solar Racer, Guild Esports, and Vertigo. So, nice little video there. I didn't want to go too in depth with my picks. I just wanted to put those predictions out there. I know some of these are going to be completely wrong, but I think Oxygen winning is a pretty fair bet, so we'll see if it comes to fruition. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be keeping up with the results of watching some of the Winter Open. I do recommend you guys watch it too, because it's going to be insane to watch. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think is going to happen in this regional in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on my socials. Links in the description. That's it from me. Thank you again, and I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.